We are halfway through 2023. So let's pause and take a look back at the first half of the year on this edition of the Video Market Update. After a rough 2022, investors entered 2023 somewhat warily. The outlook at the beginning of the year was somewhat negative, with analysts forecasting a potentially harsh recession and increased market volatility. This uncertainty created volatility for markets in the first quarter, and investors saw significant pullback in March following the closure of two large U.S. banks. After the initial shock of the banking challenge passed, markets steadily climbed throughout the second quarter, ushering in talks that the bear market was over and that the bull was ready to run. We saw varying returns in the market. The S&P in the first half of the year was up about 16%. The tech-heavy NASDAQ was down more than 30% last year, but was now up 30% in the first half of this year, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average being the laggard, up less than 4% at the end of June. Gold was up 4%, and the bond market was still hampered by accelerating interest rates and was flat. Through the first half of 2023, the economy added 1.6 million jobs, which is the 12th largest increase from January to June on record. While there have been many bright spots, there have been a few negatives, including a number of layoffs at tech and financial companies. Interest rates rose 3 times, and inflation, which is coming down, is still stubbornly high. Combine that with less than helpful policies coming out of Washington, and this economy is doing well, but we should be doing much better. So that's a recap on the first half of the year. Now, what's the outlook for the second half of the year? Let's take a second and listen to our Chief Investment Officer from AE Wealth Management, Tom Siamatis.
I'll be back with you in 3 months, and we can recap the third quarter of 2023. I'm optimistic about the second half of this year after seeing how we navigated the first 6 months. Although we have put a lot of difficulties behind us, that doesn't mean that there will not be surprises and continued volatility. However, it's hard to see things getting worse from here and not better, with the exception of a more severe recession or a recession that lasts longer than current predictions of a shallow or mild recession. As always, I'm sure there will be something unforeseen and plenty of twists and turns as we head into the second half. But we have had a decent first half, and my thoughts are things will get better from here as we gain momentum going into the fall.
For those who have heard from Tom before, you know he can be a little pessimistic, a little glass half empty. So to hear him with some level of optimism for the second half of the year is pretty encouraging. So now we know where we've come from with a quick recap of the first half of the year and our expectations for the next half of the year. If you have any questions on anything we spoke about in this video or anything you're hearing in the market, let me know. But if not, as always, I hope you make it a great week.